Well, hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for listening to Real Estate with Ryan. I'm Ryan Coleman, your host, as always, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Mrs. April Coleman.
Well, hello. How's
Welcome,
it going?
welcome back.
Thank you.
I know last week you were getting back in the saddle on a long vacation, home vacation.
That's what he likes to call it.
Isolation, cabin fever.
Yes.
So you guys don't know, April was out along with my little one with the flu. Started with one and went to the next. Mama got it.
I know. Luckily, I caught it early, so I was not down that bad as most would. So
well, still there's the possibility of just not leaving the house and all that comes with it. So all you guys that are battling that, it's just that time of the year.
Yes.
I know the schools were shut down. Knox County severe. They shut them down, then they came back and reopened them. And
I know, it's been crazy.
Gosh, it's crazy.
I know.
You laugh. Last night was the first time my daughter was back at soccer, and we were on the sidelines, and Kenzie was getting back in the groove, and all I heard was a cough. I looked around. I said, "Oh boy!"
Here and there, everywhere.
What am I doing?
Yes.
And that's the challenge, is just keeping the kids back out there, and they want to get active. And one of our coworkers had the actual flu as well, and he came in the other day and oh, I'm feeling better. I was like,
go away.
Hey, go away. Get out of here quickly.
Yes, the Lysol King says, bleach it all, Clorox it down, Lysol it.
Don't laugh, guys. I was running around my house in a couch with a mask.
With a mask, yes.
Is that crazy? Don't laugh. Hey, knock on wood, guys. I didn't get the flu.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He did really good about isolating himself.
That's a challenge. Luckily, we say teamwork to make the dream work. Well, it definitely was teamwork at home because, they were not feeling the best, got better, but then she had to be with the little one. And so you guys know that, mothers, husbands.
I know.
I feel sorry for everybody. I hope this flu goes away. That's just another aspect that we can't wait for the spring market, guys. We're so excited for the spring market. It's literally days away. We've been very, very busy over here, taking a lot of listings, helping a lot of closings, helping a lot of families. And we've got a good show for you today. We've got some housekeeping issues. We're going to talk about things you need to know if you're buying waterfront property. Had a couple clients that we just listed their beautiful luxury estates on the water. Conversation yesterday about, one of their clients that was on the market last year, didn't have the exposure, things like that, and they want to get it back out in front of the market, in front of the spring market. So excited about all waterfront properties, but there's so much that goes into buying waterfront property, and not just one specific agent can cover all of it. You really need a specialist that does a lot of waterfront properties because there's a lot of things, as you spend money on waterfront properties, the price tag can get up there pretty large.
It can.
Yeah. And so the last thing you want to do is go out there and spend $500,000, couple million, and the property's not what you want it to be.
That's true.
Or you come back and you think you can do something, and there's all these restrictions, and then TVA and the government all get involved on that.
That's true. So that's why we're here.
That's what we're going to talk about. We thought it'd be a fun show. We know it's not waterfront yet, but it's that time to have conversations with a lot of our sellers. Buyers are thinking about that now.
They are.
A little bit of opportunity where prices are correcting a little bit.
Yes.
And so if there ever was a time, I think it's a perfect opportunity right before the spring market.
Definitely.
And so we want to cover some of these things that I think you will find helpful. So talk about, April, some of the properties that we have.
Okay.
That would be great luxury lakefront. Or we have some lots as well.
Oh, yes, we definitely
if you want to build
a lot of lots. Yes. So I'll start out with some of the listings that we have that are on the lake or have lake views. So we have North Shiloh Way in Kingston. Cove Point Road in La Follette has views. It's a really nice house. And then we have also Thimblefields Drive.
Over River Sound.
River Sound,
yep.
Yes. It has really, really nice views of the lake.
Great community. And it's really
community.
got all the HOA amenities, but then convenient in West Knoxville.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. Lowe's Ferry Road, that great house that we talk about, the colonial style.
If you guys have seen it on social media, we did a walkthrough here recently and just walk through that property where it's got horses, boat access, you've got the acreage.
Yes.
It's located in Blount County. Really just a beautiful property.
It really is. Yes. So it has a really nice boat dock and lake access. We also have Trails End in Sharps Chapel. It is waterfront with a boat dock. And then, of course, Captain's Way that we have. And it is right on the lake with a boat dock, a really nice boat dock. And it's actually kind of in a little cove area.
Right.
And so they actually said just for this specific property, they put up a barrier like out in the lake, and they were able to do that so they can stop some of the runoff and everything that comes through. So
if you guys are out in social media land, we've got a new video that's coming out. We're going to take you on a tour. Me and my team really spent a lot of time and effort on that. This is a stunning home. It's over in River Club, gated communities, got all the HOAs, all the amenities. And then we walk you through it. So you're going to get a sneak peek. You don't have to leave your couch.
I know. I love those walkthrough videos because a lot of times you cannot see everything through pictures because they are just still pictures. So it's really nice to actually walk through the house step by step so you can see it. It's really nice. And so then also we just have a lot of waterfront or water view land. So I don't really have time to talk about all of them, so you can go on our website to find it. But one of them is just on Water's Edge Way in Lenoir City. We have several lots over there that you can build on. So,
and let me tell you about Water's Edge Way real quickly as you guys are looking. You know, Lenoir City, Loudoun, Hardin Valley and Farragut's getting so expensive to build. We're looking for opportunities. We had a conversation with the client the other day. Just going across that area, I think everything is really expanding out. Lenoir City, don't sleep on them.
Right.
And Loudoun, there's a lot of growth out there. Why I like these lots, they're under 70 grand, I believe.
Yes.
And beautiful, beautiful views of the river. We don't have any boat dock access yet, but it's a small little community, upscale. You're in your mid 300s to probably 500s, but the lots are very affordable.
They are.
Great neighbors down there. We sold one or two, and then we've got a couple more lots that I think people are building on. You know, when the market was back in the days, things were not moving. The builder actually went in there and went under. And so the owners have took it back over. Had a sale that we sold last year in there, and I had two owners have sold 2 lots in there. So go check that out. Water's Edge subdivision right across the Farragut line. Very convenient.
Yes, definitely.
And great pricing on there.
It is. It is perfect.
So let's get into our show, guys. So we're talking about waterfront property, what you need to know, and mistakes that you don't want to make if you're going to buy and go under contract. It always starts with your agent. Waterfront versus residential resale is a little bit different, a little more intensive. A little more things that you need to be skilled at. So the biggest thing, number one, if you're starting with looking for waterfront, you want an agent that's very familiar with the inventory, very familiar with the market, and understands waterfront property.
Yes, exactly. And the location also is a big deal.
Right, location's everything. You know, real estate's always location, 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 guys. So obviously some of the lots could be 250, 300 a foot, you know, the acreage, it's hard to know. I think if you're going to start with buying, let's look at anything. How are buyers going to determine the value? And the best thing you can do is get with your agent or an agent that knows the market is, we call it a CMA, a market analysis. Let's just do our shopping, a comparison shopping. And before you make an offer, make sure you're running the numbers on a property. Right.
Definitely.
Make sure we run our numbers, make sure we know. And the challenge where most agents have a big challenge or wondering the value. We've got some waterfront property that have a steep grade that goes back. You know, you kind of like you jump off a cliff to the back.
That's true.
And then you got some waterfront property that is easy access and is very easy to be dockable. When we went on yesterday, there were some restrictions. So you could only go bass boat, you could only go like kayak, and there were some restrictions in there. But if you don't know these things, that's what we're talking about, making a purchase there, and ultimately, you know, it may not be exactly what you want. So make sure that we're getting those guidelines on the front end. What else do you think is important, April?
Well, and I think that you probably need to discuss with your significant other, if you have one that you're, you know, purchasing a waterfront home with, just you all need to discuss exactly what you want, what you're looking for, you know, the pros and the cons, and what you can deal with, what you can't deal with. I think those are just big discussions that you need to have before you start looking and start doing your research. I think that's very important.
What always comes down to the wife, as you can see. I mean, you know, we got a happy wife, happy life. But you guys, we got to have room and space as well. That property that we were talking about the other day, one thing that most people don't think about other than the land is let's get our restrictions. Our good friend Opie Joe at Q100.3, we were having conversations the other day about that and didn't get the restrictions, had a bad experience with the agent and the listing agent, and he wanted some chickens, he wanted some opportunity there. Got really disappointed. And so make sure you check your restrictions. We're coming on a break. Stay with us on the other side. We'll talk more about waterfront homes. You're listening to Real Estate with Ryan.
When it comes to the real estate market, turn to the experts that focus on you. With over 20 years experience, Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty knows what it takes. It's the right marketing. It's the right exposure. Ryan and April will use their expertise each step as they guide you through the home buying and selling process. Ultimately, it's about results.
You need someone you can trust that is committed to you.
You have a lot of choices, but the choice is simple. It's Hometown Realty.
Is it time for a new place? Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty has the experience to sell your home quickly and help you find the right home for you. And if he can't sell it right away, he will buy it himself. Life changes, and sometimes your home needs do too. Buying or selling, turn to someone you know you can trust. Ryan Coleman at Hometown Realty.
Well, thank you guys for coming back with Real Estate with Ryan. On the other side of the break, we're talking about waterfront homes, things you need to know if you're going to buy a waterfront. And it is that time. It's time to have that kind of conversation about waterfront property. It's that time about the spring market, getting your home on the market, if you're selling, if you're getting transferred. This, guys, is game time for us. So it's spring and summer season. This is where it really, really gets busy. Of course, we're busy, seems like 12 months out the year, but
Definitely.
it cranks it up a couple notches. So we're talking about these waterfront properties, what you need to know, and things that you make sure you put in a contract, things that you have your agent check out for you so you don't make that big mistake.
Exactly.
Now, the other side of the break, we were talking about my friend Opie Joe at Q100.3, and he was telling me about that experience that he had, and it was a very frustrating cycle. And that's some of the things that I think in our industry, and that's why we do this show every week. There's bunches of agents out there. There's a lot of opportunities, but you need an expert. You need somebody you can trust that's kind of been there and done that. We carry a lot of waterfront properties, sold a lot of waterfront properties, but we don't want to put you in that mistake or that issue where you wanting to put chickens or you want to put a structure up.
Right.
Or let's say, you buy a waterfront property and you want to put a dock. But TVA, they're a bear. And you want to make sure we have these restrictions and we've checked these things out. Because if we don't, you've got a piece of dirt or you got a house that you want to do something to it and it's not your dream home. And we don't want that experience. So, going back to the beginning part of the show, it all comes down to the agent. It really does. There's power in delegation and having somebody working for you guys and working that kind of knows their industry. And you don't have to worry about that. You kind of sit back, let us do our thing, get excited. This is a big purchase.
Right.
Last thing you worry about is TVA and can we add goats and all the paperwork. We've got that covered. So
that's
stress-free, easy.
Yes, that's why I was talking about just communicate with your significant other of what you want in a house or in a property or in land that you want to build on, and then communicate that with your agent so that they know exactly what you're looking for, so that you're, if you have a home that doesn't have a dock but you want a dock, you want a certain boat because you have a certain boat, then communicate those things so that we can look into it and make sure that it is going to work for you and you're not stuck with it like you said.
Perfect. Yep. What's a good topic here? Let's get into some fun stuff. For them.
Fun stuff.
We gotta give them some meat on the bones, man. We gotta give them some information, guys. We bring this show to you every week. We're here on multiple radio stations, and we talk about real estate with Ryan. But really, it's about you guys. It's about giving back and really just giving you our information, our knowledge of the marketplace. We're not like the other guys on the radio. They're going to sit here and talk about how great they are. Ask these questions and what makes you number one. That's just not us, man. It's not our business, and that's not what we're about.
We want to help you.
We want to help you.
Yes, that's what it boils down to.
It really is, and it's a people business. It's an opportunity to help you across the process. If you listen to us every week, we're very humble. We're blessed to do something that we really love and have an opportunity to do that. We know where much is given, much is expected. And so we don't take that for granted. We show up every day, right? Are you looking at me like I need to go on with the show? This is real estate.
Let's give them that meat on the bones.
This is real estate with Ryan. We have not changed the show yet.
I know.
So she's trying to change my show. She's trying to steal my thunder, guys.
I'm over here trying to talk about permits.
I know we're talking about relations. See, passion. You see that passion? Yeah, you're throwing me off schedule, man.
Sorry.
Come on, man.
So sorry.
Let me get back to my show here. So.
Your show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot.
You're the co-host, man.
Yes.
Guys, anyway, as you guys know, I mean, you understand, it's a big move. And we'll get right to the show, but we don't take it for granted. We don't always talk about it. When I get an opportunity to thank you guys for listening to us, thank you guys for following us, all you people in social media land, everybody that listens and doesn't say anything. And we have conversations all the time that we meet people and they say, hey, we love your show. We really listen to you guys. And thanks for always being informational. We appreciate it. It doesn't go unknown. So that's more important than bulk lines and permits and, all this fun stuff she's going to talk about. But we thank you guys for following us. Thank you for voting us best of Knoxville and all that stuff. I just never say it enough. So thank you for listening to us. It means the world. Now we'll get into bulkhead permits. It gets really exciting.
It's juicy.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. All right. Now they're excited. Now.
I know.
Let's talk about bulkhead.
Oh, yeah. Those permits that you have to make sure that you have.
So we got to get permits on the shoreline, right?
Yes, you have to have it.
So that doesn't even matter if you're buying investment property. We're going to Myrtle Beach and we're getting a waterfront property.
Right.
You got to have those permits.
Definitely.
Another thing, April, I don't think they talk about enough is the cost of insurance.
That's a big one.
We have hurricanes and all the tropical storms. And that's not just here, guys. If you're buying out of state or buying an investment property, check out your insurance cost, especially if they had a big storm. It's going to be astronomical. And
yes, because even one of our clients said the tornadoes came through, the hail damage came through really bad through the lake. So that's another, issue that you have to look at. But it's okay because you have insurance.
There we go.
That's what they said. We had insurance, and so insurance paid for it. So that's a good one. Definitely.
What do we got next, son?
Next is if you have wells.
So you laugh. I say honey. It's not sexual harassment if it's your wife. So I can say honey in the workplace because it is my honey. See?
Oh, Lord.
So I don't have a problem, man. I want to make sure I'm politically correct out here, man. We're on the radio station.
I know. Gosh, he just wants to ramble, doesn't he?
See, I get in trouble for rambling.
Septic tanks and wells.
Anyway, they're sweetheart. See, honey and sweetheart.
Yes,
It's coming from Valentine's Day, man.
Oh, my. He's on Valentine's Day.
Did you tell?
He got me something.
Bulkheads permits. Like, who wants to hear about bulkheads? Like, tell him, did you get chocolates, man?
I did get chocolate, yes, and a very sweet card.
See?
And poor Ryan, ask him if he got anything.
No, it's about giving, man. I was excited.
Know. I was on the couch.
So you guys
passed it along with his mask.
So you guys listening? The last show, she was talking about she didn't like flowers, she didn't like candies. Oh, but when I came home late, don't get it twisted. She was like, she was looking. I got my daughter, had to get my daughter something. She was looking like,
Where's my
you're looking for your gift. I see. Oh, you get in here and tell the people, it's just another day and 365 and you were looking for your gift.
Oh,
Kinsley got her gift, and you were looking for yours.
Did.
Yeah, man. Don't let the audience think it's you weren't looking for chocolates. And okay.
Well, and I love chocolate. So yes, and I knew she wanted to eat all of those Reese cups.
All right, we're gonna power through this, guys. But I had to conversate. See,
I know,
that's why you guys like to listen to us, man. It's not we're number one and robot, and we're just talking like. See, this is real people. It's what we do. Husband, wife. Hope you like it. If you don't. There's a dial.
Sorry.
There's a dial.
Yes,
it's okay, man.
It's okay.
All right.
So if you need a weptic,
can I get a weptic?
Septic, those two combined. I know water softeners are a big deal if you live next to water, so that you have all that harsh water coming in. So remember that. And then moving on to bluffs and cliffs, if you have a nice view, but then you live on a bluff or cliff, there's a lot of restrictions, like in the mountains or anywhere else.
We'll add in there, hey guys, make sure you check your loans. Get with your lender. Our good friend Chris Hograff over at Gateway Mortgage. Lock your loans early. Know how much you can afford. Don't get into surprises there. So shop with power. That's another suggestion to make sure that when you're looking, you've got your budget and your power to negotiate taken care of.
Definitely. And another thing is keep in mind that when you live on the water, that things are going to be damaged more. And so you're going to have to factor in the cost of replacement or keeping up with your house and everything else that you have with the boat docks, you know, your patios and everything. Remember that there's going to be an extra cost to that. So expect it.
Another good tip, if you're looking for waterfront property, got a community, nothing changes. Waterfront resale, talk to your neighbors, get in there and talk to people in the community. Remember, this is where you're going to spend a lot of money, a lot of cash. Make sure you like your neighbors. Neighbors give you a lot of insight of what's going on, what's in the community, and what to offer. So neighbors are a great resource. If you come in through the weekend, knock on that door. See what the kids are doing. See what the community's about. Very important.
Yes, and what community amenities do they offer? And make sure you pull those restrictions in the HOA stuff so that you know exactly what you can do, what you cannot do. So that's another good one. And then also a big one, I think, is know the rules of the water and what part of body of the water that you're going to live at, because everybody has different rules, because you'll see the water police out there.
Right.
Yes, so that's another big one. So maybe you want a big boat, but they don't allow big boats, and they only have small boats that you can have in certain places. So just keep that in mind.
And make sure if you're in your rural areas, check into your utilities. Not something that you always think about, power, cable. The rural you get if you work at home. It's a big, big thing for a lot of my clients. We get stuff in the mountains, rural. Make sure you can get internet, high-speed internet. I know there's HughesNet and all that stuff, but if you work from home, you're a professional, it's probably the number one thing that you want to cover.
That is true. That is
very
true.
So, T.O., it's it. That show's over.
Oh, my.
Oh, man. It always goes quicker than we expect. Thank you guys every weekend for listening to Real Estate with Ryan. Me and April really appreciate you guys. If you need us, the number is 693-SOLD, or you can visit us at ryancoleman.org. We've got a new vlog coming out next week, so make sure you follow us on social media. You guys be great.